Okay. Well, it's our 7th anniversary, and my wife wanted some special breakfast from some fancy place called Urban Alchemy. So she's ordered the meal. I'm going over there to pick it up, and it happens to be right behind the old Lone Star Comics, so I thought I would film the trip to Lone Star Comics, just for nostalgia's sake for myself and maybe other people too. Lone Star Comics opened up on a little tiny store. That's the one I remember most fondly, in the summer of 1977, and it was really cool. Dark little room full of old comics and stuff. But that was on Gay Street, and that was that was further down the road. The second location is the one most people remember most fondly, because it was there from the late 70s and through the 80s. Then they moved across the street. I'll show you both of those locations, because this place I'm going to is right across the street. Oh, I've got low power. I guess I better plug this in. Anyway, nice to be an old A&P over there. And over here, where this strip center is, I told you before, it used to be a really cool hamburger stand called Powell's Drive-In. That's where all the hot rodders, they would drag race up and down the street, Park Row. I'm trying to think of the most scenic route to take you. And we'll go this way. What the fuck? Well, yeah, Lone Star Comics. The location now is called Growl, and it has punk rock bands, bands play just about every night, and they have old records in there that they sell, and they did have a guy selling old comic books in there too, so it was a combination live music venue, record store, and comic store. But the comic book, the guy that collects that was the comic book dealer in there, because it was ironic that comic books were back in the old Lone Star Comics location, but he stopped doing it and is now a waiter at this restaurant near our house. It wasn't COVID that drew him out. That drove him out. It was this construction they were doing on the street, East Abram, for so long that he just got out. He was also selling new comics. I remember he was the first guy to really rave to me about how great the Immortal Hulk is. I still haven't tried that comic, although it looks cool. Although everyone tells me it's not good anymore, but it looks like they were trying to be like the Thing with it. Well, let's see. It's kind of a cloudy, cold day. Yeah. There's a Tesla vehicle coming towards us. Yeah. This is the way I used to walk. I used to walk to Lone Star Comics, this route. I would walk to the original location way at the end of Abram, and then I would, for many years, walk up here and buy old Thor and Fantastic Four comics, and then walk home. And on summer days, yeah, I would walk this route many times. Yeah. Well, yesterday I was at work sorting comics at the local comic shop, and a guy comes in and says, "Are you Gratu Orloff?" I said, "Yeah," and he says that he watches the show and likes it, and he didn't kill me. Vaccine parking. Oh, nice. Well, anyway, that was really cool. It turns out I'm his friend on Facebook, although we don't have any mutual friends. But he lives over in Dallas, and he was going to see the Two Towers. They were playing it theatrically in the Texas Theater, which is the theater where Lee Harvey Oswald hid out back after the Kennedy assassination. He was going to go see the second Lord of the Rings movie and stop by the comic store because he'd never been in, and he'd heard me talk about it on the show, and so that was really cool. He bought a bunch of comics, including the Marvel Spotlight with the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. And that was cool. That was the first time I met someone in public that like knew who I was or recognized me. Of course, that's weird because I figured that there weren't any local people watching the show. I figured everybody that watches is up in Canada or Virginia or Kentucky or Florida or somewhere remote. But maybe I need to stop talking so much about politics on my channel, or someone will come in and shank me. Well, up here's see this little building here. That used to be a convenience store. That's where I bought right there. I bought Starlog #1 off the rack there, and I also got some Charlton $6 Million Man magazine with the Neil Adams cover, but it was reproduced so badly you could hardly tell it was Neil Adams. Okay, so we're on East Abram, and we're getting closer and closer. Look at some of these old buildings, old houses rather. Arlington, also known as Grotuville, destroyed its downtown in the 60s. They just wanted to get rid of these ugly old buildings, and there's actually an old McDonald's. That's cool. Well, the building, they've redone the building, but at least they kept the old sign. So they got rid of their old buildings, and now they're trying to recreate the downtown and make new buildings that look old, since they destroyed all their history. But yeah, now we've got the Cowboy Stadium. The downtown has become kind of a destination to go for restaurants and cool things. So thus they have a place to eat called Urban Alchemy. So very pretentious sounding name. Over here they have live music shit. What is this stupid little towers they built here? Okay, so yeah, all these tall, that used to be where the public library was. They built this apartment complex. Now the public library's back there, but I missed that original library. They used to have fountains down here back 100 years ago where you could drink mineral water right out of the ground, and they had lion heads, and the town was known for its mineral water. But now they've recreated the little fountains. Well, there actually used to be a water fountain connected to that by the public library. Oh shit, I don't know. Man, this building's new, this Park Place thing. That was not here the last time I came through here. Man, they're tearing out everything and building back better. This place, Flying Fish, is good. They play really good blues music in there, and it's a fish place. But one time I saw this little crab trying to escape from the kitchen. Oh, that was so sad. I didn't like that. Okay, there's the Shipley Donuts. Right over here, if you look over here where it says Growl, right there, that was the original Lone Star Comics. And I would always come over here, and I would park either here, or I would park back in this parking lot back here. Yeah, that's where I would usually park, and then I'd walk over to Lone Star Comics. Okay, Urban Alchemy is one of these stupid buildings back here. There's the Maverick Sports Grill. Which one is the... Oh, man. I thought it was this building. Is it this stupid building? That's Peer Research. Oh, there it is. Okay. This used to be the main street of the town, but look, they built this building right in the middle of the fucking thing. Urban Alchemy, coffee and wine bar. I'm the only person coming here to get breakfast, I guess. Yes, indeed. I have a feeling that a foo-foo place like this I'll have to put on my mask. Okay, let's see what this place is like. Urban Alchemy. Yeah, I always put on my mask because I don't want to horrify people. You know, because I look like a diseased person. Hold on a second while I mask up. Build back better. Building the country back better with the Great Reset. Well, I think I've got cash, right? Let's pay with cash. Let's see, it used to be like some kind of a probably car repair place, like a muffler shop or something. Now it's a fufu restaurant. Oh, there you go. Get some cash now. Alright. Money made from sorting comic books. Boy, there was a great collection bought yesterday at the comic store. I'll tell you about that here in a second. Let me pick up my food. Please use Glassdoor. Okay, Glassdoor. Please use Glassdoor. There's the Glassdoor. I don't know, this place may be some Satan worshiping place. Look at that weird symbol there. Hi, my wife called in an order for Kenneth.
Yes, I'm finishing up right now.
Right. All right, cool. Okay, cool.
Sheila, no, not cheese. There we go. Perfect. And 2 slices of cake. That's just 23.30.
Okay.
Having a pretty good morning so far? Having a pretty good morning
Oh,
so
yeah,
far?
yeah. It's nice.
Oh, no quarters. 30. There we go. Perfect.
All right, cool. Thank you.
And you guys are
All right. anniversary, so. Got some cold hot chocolate. I don't know exactly how that works. Wouldn't that be cold chocolate? Okay, well. Now I see how the rich people live. Oh my gosh, it looks like they're doing a heavy business there, and they're, shit, man, they're fucking, I hope that shitty music they're playing in there doesn't cause my video not to upload. So like the Black Crows or something.
That would be a great one, wouldn't it? You want to have your timeshare? There's a legal way out.
Yeah, the last video I did a while back, I played Shakin' Stevens' This Old House, and that got me a little letter from YouTube that's saying, your video's still up and everything's okay. No copyright strike, but your video will not be able to be seen in Syria, North Korea, Iran, or Cuba. And you know, I hate it when all my fans in those nice places can't see my latest episode. And I know they're disappointed. I get lots of letters from Cuba and Syria, Iran and North Korea wondering why they can't see the new upload. And I say, well, it's just because they don't want you to hear Shakin' Stevens performing This Old House. That is forbidden by your imperious leaders. I'm going to pull in front of the old Lone Star Comics. There's the Shipley Donuts. That's been there for 50 million years. This man's been there for 50 million years too. Over there's Jay Gilligan's. That's an Irish pub. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Shit. See over there where it says Jimmy John's, the next to the shit, that place there. That was the third location of Lone Star Comics, but this place Growl here, that was the original location. Indeed. Hope that policeman isn't wondering why I was stopped on a thoroughfare. Better make my escape, my getaway. Yeah, I used to park here all the time to go into the third location of Lone Star Comics. Then it moved to the hated location on Cooper Street. The fourth location was so shitty, they didn't have any old comics in there. That was, by that point, he'd gone to all mail order for his old comics. And then I really didn't have much interest in it anymore. This place over here is kind of, there's Jay Gilligan. Over here, this place called Free Play. It's like a giant video arcade and bar. It has like, it has like 1,000, I mean, it's huge. It has all these old video games from the 80s and pinball. And it's you pay like $10, and they're all on Free Play, so you don't have to put any quarters in. You can play anything you want free, and then you can drink, get drunk playing video arcade games. I haven't been there in a while. It's like when you've got cool stuff in your town, you just like get used to it and kind of forget about how cool that probably is to someone that lives out in bumfuck Egypt somewhere. Although I'd like to move to bumfuck Egypt. I always hear about bumfuck Egypt. My brother used to always say, yeah, my friend lives out in bumfuck Egypt. I'm going to call the Egyptian Chamber of Commerce and see exactly where is the town of bumfuck. Yeah, my brother passed away about 10 years ago. This is the church he used to go to. He used to run the video cameras and stuff for this church. Yeah. It was terrible. See how they have this little thing with the lion? That's supposed to be representative of the old water fountain where the mineral water would come out. And people would come for miles around for the Arlington mineral water. Yes, indeed. I hate this kind of shitty architecture. It looks like it's not finished yet. It's like terrible. Like the western town that the aliens created from reading the people from the Enterprise's mines, right? Wow. Here's a guy with a mask on outside. Like he's literally outside in the fresh air and he's wearing a mask. You wear a mask indoors. I don't know. I don't know what Joe Biden, Mr. B says, but maybe he's a desperado, man. Maybe he just robbed the bank. Yeah. This is great times for those people that do things like that because everyone wears a mask, so you walk in and no one thinks anything of it. Ah, yes, indeed. Well, I was going to deposit that money in the bank, but I guess I deposited in the coffers of Urban Alchemy. They should call it Urban Sorcery. Yeah, well, I guess it's alchemy. They turn, they figured out a way to turn your wallet into an empty wallet. Their alchemy, their mystical science. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're heading on back to the Grotto Cave. Come on, this fucking red light is driving me mad.
The authorities and restraint that got...
Finger in front of the camera. It's a lot of fun. Oh yeah, I was going to drive by and show you the third location, which is now I think an Indian grocery. If you go back to last summer, probably about last June or July, you'll see a video where I take you to the original location of Lone Star Comics. But I didn't want to drive all the way up there today. It's like right across the street from where Amber Hagerman was abducted. Amber, that's who the Amber Alert's named after. She was kidnapped and never found. It's really sad. And that's, so they have a memorial there for her. So it kind of shows you that the original Lone Star Comics was not in a very nice location. Although it wasn't that bad in the 70s, it's gotten worse. And it was just a few blocks from Buddy Saunders, the founder of that store, from his childhood home. So, well, this is the University of Texas at Arlington. It used to be called Arlington State College. This is where Sam the Sham went to school. That's the only thing it's known for. Well, I went to school here, but I only have 250 subscribers on YouTube, which is something I need to mention. 250, that's quite a milestone, or millstone, as Joe Biden would call it. See if this person has a mask on. Yes, they do. Let's zero in on this moron. Yeah, people. He's out. There's no one around. Are we supposed to do that? Seriously? I saw someone riding a bike with a mask on. Oh, man. Yeah. There's another guy with a mask on. Look at that. You do it inside, morons. We need Nixon back. He wouldn't put up with this nonsense. Back over here, inside this park, behind those trees, they're the graves for like maybe 40, 50 infants. There used to be like a complex back there. Okay, I'm going to show you the Lone Star. See there where it says Desi Brothers Indian Grocery? That was the third Lone Star location. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, there was a school for back there for like fallen doves, like girls that got pregnant, prostitutes, whatever. That they would. It was a Christian school for women that got pregnant, and they back in the 1800s back there, and a lot of women had miscarriages or whatever, and they would bury the babies, and it would just be their graves just have a name just like a single name like William, or sometimes it just says infant number 1, infant, and then another grave infant number 2. It's very depressing, but it's very calm and serene too, and kind of beautiful. And then some of the school, and they put out a magazine there called the Purity Journal. So they printed their magazine. They had like a little water mill there in a stream, and it was just a little. I guess the women were put to work doing stuff, and it was just a little enclave for. Oh man, this girl, whatever the fuck it is, has a mask on too. Man, I feel like I'm in the Omega Man. Why are you wearing it outside? Is it a political statement? Is it virtue signaling? I don't get it. Do you guys wear your mask outside when you're walking down this? I don't. People are brainwashed. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we're going to have quite a feast here. It's going to be, we're going to build our stomachs back better. Well, over here is a bunch of baseball baseball field and a bunch of soccer fields. They're built by this. I had this history professor in college named Alan Sachs, and he's kind of a local. He's this weird little guy. It kind of talks like Woody Allen, and just this strange little guy. But he apparently inherited a lot of money, but he gives it away to charities, and he builds things, but he always wants his name put on them. That's the condition. So it's like Alan Sachs baseball field, but he's a nice guy. You'd have to read the book, and he'd give you tests. They were pretty easy, but he never really talked about history much. He just did comedy routines during class, and it basically was very depressing. Talked to you about how you should never have friends, and that friends are always going to betray you. It's just very, very Woody Allen kind of. He would talk about how football players are horrible people, and half the fucking class would be, jocks, and he'd be just insulting them. It's like he finally, a nerd finally gets their platform. Indeed. So, well, we're gonna chow down and have an anniversary breakfast. I'll do an episode later today. We'll look at more of those 60s teen magazines. So anyway, build back better.